through about a 30-minute presentation, and then we'll do Q&A at the end to hopefully answer a lot of your guys' questions. I'm sure that some of you have the same questions, so we'll try to get through as many as possible. Okay, so what is an NFT? So NFT stands for non-fungible token. So the word non-fungible basically means that it's unique, it can't be replicated or duplicated. So if these were fungible assets, then they could be duplicated. So they exist in a variety of industries, from digital art to virtual real estate, collectibles, gaming, and more. Just to check, you guys can see my screen, right? Everything's working good? Awesome, cool. So they're transferable, they're unique, and they basically impact, there's an NFT integration possible for every industry across the board. So whether you're in real estate or gaming, you know, this will eventually impact your industry. And what the F are NFTs, this is hyperlinked to an article just explaining more in depth the basics of NFTs. So this PowerPoint is available to you for you guys to come back through and look through whenever you'd like. Okay, so what is a crypto wallet? So in order to own an NFT, you need a crypto wallet first. So this is where your crypto will live, like your cryptocurrency. So you can think of this like your social security number or your bank PIN, your bank account. So it's all digital, just like anything crypto or NFTs is. So these crypto wallets, they have what's called a secret phrase. You might hear it called a seed phrase as well. They're kind of used interchangeably. So this is basically like your bank PIN. This is by far the most important piece of information for you in crypto, is the seed phrase or secret phrase to your wallet. And this is basically a 12 to 24 word sequence of words, which is basically your password, so unique to that wallet. So anyone with that secret phrase can access that wallet. And Kaden, I see you raise your hand. We're just gonna go through the presentation first, and then we'll do Q&A at the end. So if you wouldn't mind lowering your hand, we can definitely get to you at the end. So for wallets, there's a software wallet and a hardware wallet. So software wallets are referred to as hot wallets, and then hardware wallets are referred to as cold wallets. So some popular software wallets, the one that myself and the rest of the VeeFriends team uses the most is Metamask. It's the one that we're most comfortable with. It's the one that we're going to be walking you through today, how to set it up. But there are some other ones that exist. So there's Coinbase, Wallet Connect, Rainbow, and Trust Wallet. So just to make you aware. And then some popular hardware wallets or cold wallets. So this one, if you can see my picture, this one I'm holding up, this is a Ledger. There's also Trezor that exists and is pretty popular as well. So basically the way that this works is there's two buttons on here, and it's basically forward and back. And then if you want to confirm something, you hit both buttons at the same time. So it's very simple and just adds an extra layer of security to your wallet. So desktop versus mobile. So whenever you're doing anything in Web3 or crypto or NFTs, we always recommend sticking to desktop. They just provide easier navigation. There's a little more security. And you know, NFTs and crypto, it's a very new technology. So typically with new technologies, things are built out more on desktop and then trickle down to mobile as more stuff gets built out. So we definitely recommend sticking to desktop. Mobile is possible. It is kind of you know, expert mode. It provides some more convenience, but in this case, we'll be sticking to desktop, and that's what we recommend to you as well. Okay, so this video here, we're going to show you how to set up a crypto wallet. And again, if you have any questions in the chat, you can feel free to drop them. My colleague May is here. She's kind of my right-hand man for this, so she'll be answering any questions that you have, and she'll be helping out. So we'll dive into it.
Today, we're going to learn how to download and add the Metamask wallet extension to our Google Chrome browser. We're going to use Metamask because it's the most widely used wallet. There's other wallets available, but for our demonstration purposes, Metamask is what we chose. So the first thing we're going to do is go to metamask.io, which is the website that you can download the extension. Always double check the URL whenever you're downloading or connecting your wallet to any site. We're very early into Web 3.0. And one of the exploits that people use is creating a site that looks almost identical to a site that you're trying to go to, and then being able to exploit you that way. So make sure it's the correct URL, the correct .io, not .com or .org in circumstances. So we're at metamask.io, which is proper. And we're going to go to the top right, and we're going to hit download. You can see the supported browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Brave, and Edge. We're going with the most user-friendly in my experience, which is going to be Chrome. You can see that on the top, it is already prompted us to use Chrome. There's a tab for iOS and Android. But once again, we're going to go with the easiest, which is going to be Chrome on our desktop. They do have mobile, but it is it's less buggy, and it's a much easier experience with desktop and Chrome. So that's what we're suggesting here. So it's going to say install MetaMask for Chrome. And it's going to bring us to the Chrome Web Store. And we want to add to Chrome. And we want to make sure it's the correct one, which it is. And you'll see a video on the bottom from the MetaMask team. And we always suggest getting as much information as possible. And add the extension. So we can navigate away from the Chrome store, see the extensions tab, and we want to actually add it to the top bar. So we'll click that and then pin it, and now you can see the cute little fox on the top right there. So once we click there, we want to open up the MetaMask site, and you'll be able to see that we go to MetaMask and that we can get started. But first, check out that the fox will follow our mouse. So get started. And here you have two options. We're going to use yes, let's get set up. That's for someone with no wallet or anything like that. The other option, no, I already have a secret recovery phrase, is if you've already set up a wallet, which for our purposes, you have not. So let's get set up. Help us improve MetaMask. I would read through this, do your own research. It's not going to be giving your information, exposing you in any way. So I clicked agree, but check it out and read it yourself. We'll create a password. And with this password, I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. I don't like to keep my passwords or recovery phrase on my computer. We'll get to that in the security section, but let's click that and move forward. So now that we have this password, we're going to go to secure your wallet here. So let's take a little bit of time to talk about what a secret recovery phrase is. It's a 12-word phrase that is your master key to your wallet and your funds. So I can't stress how important the secret recovery phrase is. Everyone wants it. Every scammer is going to be trying to get it. You might hear seed phrase. It was called seed phrase before secret recovery phrase, but it's basically the same terminology. So you're going to be writing this down on a piece of paper, not keeping it on your computer because it can get exploited. And I'd write it on a couple of pieces of paper and put it in a couple of different places. And then you would want to watch this video and read the information on this little tab. But I want to stress how important it is. It's your bank information. It's your social security number. It's if they have access to your wallet and your seed recovery phrase, they have access to everything in your wallet and all your NFTs, all your funds, and hopefully all your NFTs are going to be valuable and precious to you. So we want to make sure that you're as safe as possible. And let's hit next. So secret recovery phrase, once we click here, for our purposes, we'll show it because this is just kind of a test. But once we click this, it shows you the 12 words, the holy grail of your password. So make sure you write this down on a piece of paper a couple of times exactly in the order that it is. If you lose this, you lose everything. And if you give this up, you give up everything. So I'm hoping that I am stressing this enough for you. We want to write this stuff down. We're going to need that. But some tips on the right. Store this phrase in a password manager. Like I would not do that. Write this on a piece of paper. I would do that. Memorize this phrase. I have people that memorize it. Just be careful. If you memorize it, you might be quick to use it. So you always want your brain to always know if someone asks for that, you want everything to come to a screeching halt. But here, let's confirm that exactly how we saw it on the page before. And I'll take this time to continually stress how important the secret. Today we're going to learn how to download and stressing this enough for you. You might be quick to use it. So you always want your brain to always know if someone asks for that, you want everything to come to a screeching halt. But here, so congratulations, you've downloaded and added the extension to Google Chrome. You've done it. You now have a wallet, and we're very, very proud. So read through all the information, and we want to click I'm done here, and then we'll go check out the wallet a little bit. So it's just saying what's new. They're talking a little bit about where transactions are easier to read. But in your wallet, you're basically going to be looking at your options here: buy, send, swap. Those are all going to be like kind of third-party, things. But the most important, I would say, is under account 1 is going to be your public wallet address, which you're going to be giving that to people that you want to send money to, or if they want to send you something. It's not a secret or anything like that. You can give that out pretty regularly, and it's not a problem. But let's go to buy. You can deposit ETH through here. Like I said, these are third-party apps, so we'll go over that a little bit. But send, you would put in, if you wanted to send money to somebody like me, you could put my wallet address in there.
Cool. So Joe just basically explained how to set up the wallet from start to finish. So he's using Chrome, which is what we recommend as well, but you can also use Firefox, is kind of the other main one. And then this is what the wallet will look like. So this here, where my mouse is, this is your public wallet address. This isn't a piece of security sensitive information. It's basically publicly accessible. So if you wanted to have somebody send you an NFT or send you some crypto, then this is the address that you would give them. Cool, so we'll move on.
Today we're going to learn how to download.
Okay, so now that you have the wallet set up, you need to know how to buy ETH or cryptocurrency. So you would do that through something called an exchange. So Coinbase is the main exchange that we recommend and that we have used the most. But there are some other ones like Binance, Gemini, and PayPal. So depending on where you are in the world, we recommend doing some research on those specific regulations, because I know, Binance isn't available in some parts of the United States, for example. So depending on where you are, there might be different exchanges that you're using. But Coinbase is basically readily available, at least in the United States, to my knowledge. So Joe here, he's going to go through a video showing how to set up an account on Coinbase. And we're going to skip through some parts of it.
Hello, today we're going to learn how to sign up.
Okay, so he's going to show you how to sign up for Coinbase. So he's going to hit the sign up button. He's basically going to go through the registration process of creating an account. You got $5 free in Bitcoin for opening an account. He's all excited about that. And then from there, there's a few different verification hoops that you need to jump through. So the first is through email, and then the second is adding a phone number for two-step verification. So anytime you make a purchase or go to cash out or anything, it will also always send you a text and then ask you for that authentication code. He's going to select his citizenship, verify his identity. It's going to ask him some general questions on what he'll use Coinbase for. Again, this whole video is available on the VeeFriends YouTube channel. So I know I'm skipping through kind of quickly. We definitely recommend going through this while you're setting up your own account. So you're going to verify his income, what industry he works in. Then he needs to verify his driver's license or ID. So he's gone ahead and done that. Okay, so now he's all set up. He's ready to make a purchase and buy crypto. So he's going to head over to this buy and sell icon, which is going to lead him here to add a payment method. And this page here, we also have another chart that we'll show you, but this one kind of lays out the different methods of payment that you can use for Coinbase. So you can link it directly to your bank account. You can do a wire transfer. There also are a few other ways of buying crypto. So we definitely recommend doing your own research and looking these up ahead of time and while you're going to go make your purchase, because there are some different timelines associated with it. For example, I know using a traditional bank account transfer, this can take up to a week it'll let you buy the crypto immediately, but it can take up to a week to be able to transfer it off the platform into your crypto wallet to be able to buy an NFT. So just be aware of that. So this is the chart that I was referring to. So this kind of lays out the different timelines in more detail. So definitely recommend coming back to this presentation and looking through this chart ahead of time. Okay, so just going into some more detail here. Okay, so now he's set up his account on Coinbase, and now he's ready to make a purchase on Coinbase and then transfer that Ethereum from Coinbase into his crypto wallet.
Learn how to take whatever currency you use and exchange that for Ethereum using Coinbase.com. And once we do that, we will learn how to send that to our Metamask wallet. We've discussed previously that there are other currency exchanges that you can use, and if you do your own research and one fits you better, then you can use that as well. But for our demonstration purposes, we're going to be using Coinbase.com. I'm going to assume that you are signed in properly, you're on the correct website, and you have added a payment method to your account. And now that we're logged in, we can look on the top right where it says buy, sell, and send, receive. And we are going to be buying Ethereum. So we're going to click on that.
Okay, so I'm going to walk you through what he's doing here. So he hit buy, and now he's selecting the cryptocurrency that he would like to buy. So it auto defaults to Bitcoin. In our case, we're going to be buying Ethereum, which is the main blockchain, the main cryptocurrency that people use for NFTs. So here he's changed it to Ethereum. He has his bank set up. He's going to set up the amount that he would like to purchase with. So he's going to need $250. See if I can go back to show. Yeah, there's going to be $250 worth of Ethereum, which at the time was 0.076 worth of Ethereum. He's going to go ahead and hit submit. So just so you know, there is some fees associated with buying cryptocurrency. So you can see here, there's the Coinbase fee. So he put in $250. He's getting $248 worth of crypto. There are also some fees when you transfer it off the platform. So just be aware of that. Okay, so his purchase has gone through. His balance is updated in his portfolio.
And the majority of it underneath where it says your assets, Ethereum, that's worth $245.53, or an Ethereum 0.07, and then a whole bunch of numbers. So exactly what we wanted. Congratulations. You have now converted your currency to Ethereum, and it is in your currency exchange. Next, we're going to have to send this to our Metamask wallet. Hello, today we're going to learn how to send this.
Okay, so this is the next step. Is you've bought the crypto, you now own it in your exchange or Coinbase account, and now you need to send that from that platform into your wallet to be able to spend on things like NFTs. So he's going to hit the send and receive button. And again, now he's going to come back to that public wallet address that we talked about before. It's right under account 1. So he's going to hover his mouse over here and it'll actually just help copy it when he clicks on it. Okay, so he's copied it. He's going to come back to Coinbase, send and receive. Okay, now he's going to send all of the Ethereum that he has in Coinbase to his wallet. So he hits send all, and this is where he inputs that public wallet address. So he's going to go ahead and paste it. There it is. He's going to hit continue. Okay, he's just reiterating the fact that this wallet address came from here, and now he's pasted it into here. Okay, so you can see that he originally started with $250. He's now at $234 worth of crypto because of the different fees. So you can see there's a network fee. This is also referred to as a gas fee. It's something that we'll dive into a little more deep in a few minutes, but basically anytime you're doing a transaction or doing anything with Ethereum cryptocurrency, there's something called a gas fee, which is basically a network fee, which is dependent. The price of the network fee is dependent on the network activity at the time. So if a lot of people are trying to have transactions go through, then the price of gas will be higher, and vice versa. If there's not that much activity, then the price of gas is lower. But this is just kind of a reality of Ethereum at this point, is these different fees. Okay, so he's got it all set up. I said it might take about 10 minutes to get there. It could be less. Okay, so you continue. Now it's time for that two-step verification code, which got texted to him. He's going to input that. And there we go. He sent it. This can take some time to fulfill depending on how fast the network is moving at the time and the level of gas that he chose. Okay, now he can see he's gone to his Metamask pop-up, which is his wallet, and he can see that this Ethereum has updated in here. In his activity, he can verify that he just received it. If he clicks here, we'll also bring him to a link with the exact transaction. And there we go. So there's the step of how to add Ethereum into your crypto wallet. So again, this chart here, we're just going to double down on the fact that there's some different timelines involved with buying cryptocurrency and transferring it off of that exchange. So definitely recommend coming back to this chart while you're buying your own crypto and setting yourself up. Okay, so this video is how to buy an NFT. So we're gonna do the same kind of thing and skip through it as we go. Okay, so this platform here, this is OpenSea. This is basically the main secondary marketplace for Ethereum-based NFTs. So you can think of it like the eBay for NFTs, to where you've already bought your NFT in the primary launch, or someone gifted it to you, or whatever it was. And then you can come here to resell it. So you can list it for buy now, you can list them for auction. And then here you can also buy other NFTs that are on secondary market. So this is just getting to know the homepage a bit more. So you're going to need to connect your MetaMask wallet to OpenSea. So this will allow you to interact with your wallet and to do things with your NFTs. So you're going to select your account, next, and connect. And you can see you're all connected there. Okay, so just showing you the verification process to how to know you're connected. So it'll have this green light illuminated when you're connected. You can also hit these 3 dots here, and then you can click on connected sites. It shows that you're connected to OpenSea. If you wanted to disconnect, you just hit that trash can icon and you can disconnect your wallet. This is just showing you how to search for different collections. So you want to search up the VeeFriends collection, you can search in DEE and it'll populate in the dropdown. Just always make sure that you're going to the verified collection with the blue check mark. There are some fake collections that pop up and we try to get them taken down as soon as possible, but sometimes they do slip through the cracks. So always make sure that you're going to the one with the blue verified check mark. So this is the NFT I'm going to be buying today. It's from a collection called Blockchain Adventures of Bella the Blue Bot. So this was a partnership that VeeFriends had called the pre-launch program, where if you were launching a new NFT project, then basically you would get exposure to the VeeFriends community, and in exchange, you would give 555 of your NFTs to holders of VeeFriends. So this was a collection that we worked with. They focus on STEM education. So in this case, they don't have the blue check mark. This is basically based on their total volume of secondary sales. But in this case, I've gone ahead and done my homework ahead of time. So I know that this is the real collection. And then this is the page it will bring you to. So there's a lot of different information you can see here. You can see the total items, the number of owners, the floor price. This is a very common term in NFTs, is floor price, or what's the floor, or the floor is rising, and these might be things that you hear. So this basically means the cheapest entry point into the collection. So the lowest available NFT for a buy now is basically the floor price. So it's the floor price for this collection is 0.037 worth of Ethereum. The floor price for VeeFriends is around 14 Ethereum. So just for comparison. And then there's a lot of different ways that you can filter and search through the different NFTs available in the collection. So price low to high is a very common one that I like to do. On the side here, we'll show you. So you can also filter by the different traits or properties of that specific NFT. So if I wanted one with the 3D glasses, I can filter it on the side here, or based on the hat it's wearing, all those different properties and traits you can filter in OpenSea, so you can get the exact token that you want to buy. Okay, so I've gone ahead and clicked into it. This is the one that I would like to buy. Just showing you through the exact page that it brings you to, so you can see all the different transaction history of that specific NFT. So you can see it was minted. This also basically means created. So 3 months ago, it was minted to here. And then this will show you if it was ever been transferred to a different wallet, it's been resold, it's been listed. All that information is publicly available via the blockchain. So this will be reflected here. Okay, so for any NFT that you can find on OpenSea, whether it's listed for buy now or not, you can make an offer on it. So you would do this through VeeF. So VeeF is wrapped Ethereum. It's basically the same value as Ethereum, it's just in a different form. And this is basically the only way to make an offer on OpenSea is wrapped Ethereum. So you would just convert your Ethereum to wrapped Ethereum, and then you would be able to make offers. But in this case, that's not what we're doing. We're just going to buy now. So we're going to understand OpenSea's conditions. It shows you the price of it. So hitting complete purchase will automatically trigger Metamask to pop up. It'll show you the total price for this NFT. And then also the gas fee. So that gas fee was what we were just talking about in the Coinbase section. So whenever you go to make a transaction, there's always a gas fee. In this case, it's $100. So this is kind of a situation where there's a lot of network activity going on, which raises the gas price. So you can go through, verify all the totals. And then once you're all good with it, go ahead and click confirm. And then it will process. It can take a few minutes, anywhere from like 2 to 10 minutes to process, depending on the gas fee and how fast the network is running at the time. So it's processing. And now it's complete. So now you see that you own this NFT. You can go into your, I skipped over that. You refresh, you see that you own it. You can go ahead and click into your account and verify that you own it. It's owned by this wallet. You can go ahead and go into Metamask, verify that that cryptocurrency has been subtracted from your wallet, from your balance. And then also in your activity, you can see that you just purchased it. And there you go. That's basically the process of buying an NFT. So again, I know we went kind of fast through that. These videos are available on the VeeFriends YouTube channel. So when you're going through your own process, we definitely recommend watching these alongside of it and really doing your own research in addition to these sessions to really get a full understanding before putting any money in. Okay, so now that you bought an NFT, how do I see it? So an important distinction to make is the NFT is stored on the blockchain. It's not stored in the actual wallet. So before we were talking about hardware wallets, which is this device here. So I'll show it. But it's important to know that the NFT doesn't live on this device. It still lives on the blockchain. This device basically helps you interact with your wallet and authorize transactions. So there are some different ways to view your wallet and view the NFTs that you own. So OpenSea, the one that we just showed you, that's a very good place to go. You just search up your wallet address and then you can search your NFTs and you can see them all and interact with them if you connect your wallet. Rainbow Wallet is another one, which is easier for mobile, where you basically just input your public wallet address and then you can view those NFTs without connecting or signing any transaction. So this video here, we're not going to watch this, but it's how to set up a hardware wallet. One of our moderators from the VeeFriends Discord, David, he's super informed and educated on hardware wallets. So he set up this tutorial. So we definitely recommend coming back through and watching this once you kind of dive into NFTs and develop a better understanding. Okay, so safety and vigilance in Web3. This is a very important part that we want to really hone in on is safety. You know, the NFT space is very new. So with that comes a lot of opportunity, but also comes a lot of people who are trying to take advantage of newcomers and are trying to scam you or steal your money. So always want to educate and make you aware of the different scams that are out there. So there have been some different email or phishing scams that have gone out lately that are impersonating VeeFriends, impersonating Gary, saying that, you know, it's time for the next VeeFriends series, and basically trying to trick you that way. So always want to emphasize searching who the sender of that email is. So you can see it's Gary V. Espanol. This isn't a real email address. If you click into this little drop down, it'll show you the exact website that it came from. So basically if it didn't come from VeeFriends.com, then it's not a legit email. So always want to harp on that. This is the most recent one that's come out is VeeFriends mini drop, 15 new characters, reply yes to this email. So always want to emphasize never to click links in emails, always verify the senders. This goes for Discord and all of your other social media platforms as well. Is there will be people that reach out to you that maybe want to buy your NFTs. So we recommend sticking to the verified platforms and never clicking links basically in any situation. So a lot of people, when they're starting to buy their first NFT, they like to see what does Gary own, what's he buying. You know, it's kind of a good way to just get an understanding for what other projects are out there. But when you're doing this, you definitely want to exercise caution because there's projects that, so basically anyone can send an NFT to anybody. So when new projects launch up, they send a bunch of NFTs to Gary's wallet to make people think that he owns them and he's invested in them. So they try to trick you in that sense. So this image here is hyperlinked to an article which explains that in more detail. So definitely recommend checking this out and basically doing your own research and making your own buying decisions because Gary buys NFTs for different reasons. Sometimes they're not just as an investment. Sometimes he just likes the people behind him or he likes the way they look. So he always recommends to make your own buying decisions and don't buy things just because he buys them. Okay, so there's a lot of different places where you can go to do your own research. Gary has a famous quote called "Google is your mother," which basically means if there's anything that you need to know, it lives on Google. You can find it out there. When people ask Gary, how did you start learning about NFTs? What made you dive in? He said, basically, it was in like the winter of last year, and he went into his computer, went to Google, typed in what is an NFT, hit enter, and started learning from there. So there's definitely a lot of different ways to learn and do your own research. These are some key terms that you'll see pop up often in Web3 and NFTs. So definitely recommend coming back to this PowerPoint and reviewing these on your own time. These are some different articles that we recommend you check out to, again, continue to do your own research. It's something that we're going to harp on, and something that you'll hear a ton in the NFT space is this term DYOR, or do your own research. Don't rely on somebody to do it for you, because basically at the end of the day, we're all trying to learn the space. We're all figuring it out. So formulating your own opinions and your own thoughts is really important. Yeah, so that will wrap up the presentation. We'd love to hear from you on what you thought of it. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, shoot us a message on Twitter. We're at VeeFriends. This link here is hyperlinked to the VeeFriends Discord. It's where most of our community hangs out. There's almost about 300,000 people in there, so we would love to have you. There's a lot of really educated people who can answer a lot of your questions, and we would be really excited to have you. So the link for this is garyvee.com/discord. May is going to go ahead and drop in the chat here as well. So to wrap up, we're just going to run through basically the VeeFriends collection. And I'm sure a lot of you have maybe heard of VeeFriends. You've heard Gary talking about NFTs, but maybe you don't know really what the specifics are behind VeeFriends or how the collection breaks down. So VeeFriends Series 1, this launched in May of 2021. So this was the genesis, the first collection that launched. There's 10,255 tokens based on 268 characters. There's some characters that give different benefits to others. So a key concept in NFTs is this concept called utility, which is basically the benefit to owning an NFT. It's not just you own the asset. So with any NFT, there's something called a smart contract that lives basically behind the NFT, which can provide some different benefits to owning it. So some utility for VeeFriends is 3 years of access to VeeCon, which is a mega conference that we're throwing. The first one is in May of this year in Minnesota. And then inside of the VeeFriends collection, there was some NFTs with additional benefits, like if you own this NFT called a dinner deer, then you're entitled to, you get to have dinner with Gary and some other members. So different benefits like that. There's one called Podcast Panther, where you can have Gary come on as a guest of your podcast. So just some different examples of how utility plays into NFTs. There's the VeeFriends mini drops, which are some fun, super limited drops that we've done that focus on collaboration and scarcity. So we did one for Halloween, where if you owned one of the Halloween themed VeeFriends characters, then it was a first come, first served basis, and you could claim one of 31 unique pieces of artwork. So that was a really exciting one. And book games, this might be one that you've heard about a lot lately. So basically, Gary ran a promotion to promote his new book called 12 and a half, where there was a 24-hour window where for every 12 copies of the book that you bought, then you would receive one NFT as a gift. So people spent anywhere from $200 to $400 per NFT, depending on how many books they bought. And this will play into VeeFriends Series 2, which is the next collection, which is launching in April of this year. So we're super excited that you guys are here and you're learning about NFTs ahead of time. If you're looking to get into Series 2, or you're just looking to understand the space. But this will be the next collection that VeeFriends launches. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And now we can hop into the Q&A portion. So like I said, this whole presentation, this recording, these are all on the VeeFriends YouTube channel. So if there's some things that we glossed over or some things that you need some more context on, you can always go back and revisit those. So if you have a question, you can go ahead and raise your hand. Robert, I'm gonna select you and ask you to unmute.
Hello. Sorry if I'm loud. I'm in the coffee shop real quick.
No worries.
So, hey, can you guys like show just like this, but how to create an NFT and maybe something similar to VeeFriends? So I don't know when you guys on this series 2, can you like create how we could show the smart contract and I think everything you're specifying about earlier?
Yeah, we can definitely start to make some content about that. This is more, very basic level. Here's what an NFT is, and here's how to buy one. So how to make one is a little bit more of an advanced concept. I know you can do it through OpenSea, which is the platform that we showed for how to buy an NFT. You can actually launch your own NFTs on there. A lot of the bigger NFT projects, they basically create their own smart contract and they launch their NFTs on their website. So that's obviously a very technical process, and smart contract creation. It's not really something I personally know how to speak to, but it's definitely something that we can continue to educate around for sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Cool, thanks, Robert.
Cheers.
All right, Nico, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to unmute.
Hi, so sorry to interrupt. You might have said this. I just wanted to double check. I logged in a little bit later. I wanted to know where can we have access to this Zoom, because it's being recorded later on, so that we can actually tap in and watch it more carefully.
Yeah. So this is going to live on the VeeFriends YouTube channel. My colleague May is going to throw the link in the chat here. So all of the recordings to the presentation are on here. There's also the blog post, which has the PowerPoint you can go through. May just drop the link in the chat. So that is where you'll go to revisit all this stuff. I know it's a lot of information to unpack all at once. So definitely recommend for everyone here to come back through this, 2 to 3 times before taking your next steps.
Thank you so much for all your knowledge. I appreciate you.
Cool, thank you. Have a good one. All right, Andrea, I'll ask you to unmute.
Hey there.
Hello.
All right. Hi, well, first of all, thank you so much for the information. It was great. I'm super excited, but I do have a question regarding the wallets. I'm a little confused. So I have a ledger, I have a cold wallet. I set up my MetaMask, and I also set up my OpenSea, right? When I'm going into OpenSea and it's asking me to set up my MetaMask, I'm still confused as, okay, am I buying this Ethereum through Coinbase and then moving into my cold wallet and then into MetaMask and then OpenSea, or am I?
Yeah, so basically the kind of how the flow will look is you'll buy it in Coinbase and then you'll transfer it. So basically with your ledger, we recommend that being kind of a cold wallet to be something that you don't really connect to other sites and make purchases with. This is kind of like your storage wallet. That's kind of why we recommend a hot and a cold wallet. So your hot wallet is just the normal desktop MetaMask extension, which you can connect to different sites. And we typically recommend only keeping the assets in it that you need for that exact transaction. So basically just transferring over your Ethereum to your hot wallet if you want to make a purchase. So you would transfer your Ethereum into your MetaMask, and then you would make a purchase on OpenSea, and then you can transfer that NFT from your hot wallet or MetaMask to the wallet address associated with your ledger or your cold wallet. And then that is kind of where you can store it and keep it safe.
I see. Great.
Yeah, like it is possible to, you can make purchases with your ledger and authorize transactions like that. But it's not the best security practice.
Right. Okay. All right. just last question. So the cold wallet is actually holding NFTs and crypto?
So it's not actually stored on the device. So I wouldn't think of it like a USB drive to where it's like saved on
Right,
there.
right.
You know, everything lives on the blockchain. It's
Okay,
just that the ledger and the cold wallet is basically an added layer of security to where anytime you want to authorize a transaction, you have to do it on the physical device. So
right,
like you'll sign it in your MetaMask, and then you'll come here, you'll type in like your code and stuff, and you'll
right.
hit sign and authorize. So the only way to authorize a
Oh,
transaction with a wallet address associated with a hardware wallet or a ledger is to have the physical device. So that's kind of the security benefit of it.
right. That makes sense. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Have a good one. All right, Clayton, go ahead and unmute.
Hey there, Tyler. Thank you. I was just going to ask, what's the future look like for NFT subscription services? I was going to pick your brain. I saw that Gary had that wine, like text wine subscription service, and I feel like that could also be done for NFTs. So have y'all looked into that at all?
I don't know if we have on a VeeFriends standpoint, but I know like just for a more broader scope, like this is definitely something that will happen. Is basically, you know, say Netflix launches an NFT where they say if you have this NFT, then you get free subscription, and then you get some other benefits as well. So a lot of NFTs kind of serve as like a membership pass. So this is where that interaction between NFTs and subscription methods could really disrupt those different industries.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was more so speaking like, you know, you get 6 wine bottles a week, you get like 6 NFTs that, and you would charge a premium and buy them, you know, for cheaper. But that also makes sense, and that clarifies a lot of things. Thank you.
Yeah, so VeeFriends, we have an NFT called the Gift Goat, where if you own that gift goat, then you'll be sent 6 physical gifts and NFT gifts per year.
Oh, okay.
And they're just random gifts that's curated by Gary and the rest of the VeeFriends team. So we've sent out 2 gifts so far. We have our 3rd one coming pretty shortly. So that's kind of another example of you own this NFT and you get these gifts delivered to you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Clayton. All right, Diane, go ahead and unmute. Diane, I've asked you to unmute. Maybe I think you just hit that button. Oh, looks like you are.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi. I was wondering, I've bought a couple of NFTs, but like when I go to buy the Ethereum and then go to like transfer it to my wallet on Coinbase, it'll say it's not available, and it'll hold on to it for like a few days. Do you know how I can speed that up, or if there's a reason for that?
Yeah, so this is the part we were talking about with those different timelines with buying on Coinbase or those different exchanges. So did you do like a standard bank account transfer to where you linked your bank account and then bought the crypto that way?
I did it with my card, my ATM card.
Okay. Yeah, so there are some different like timelines with that. So sometimes with purchases, it'll say you can like you own this now, but you can only transfer it off the platform after 7 days or something like that. So they typically do lay it out beforehand. We have the chart in the PowerPoint as well, but that would probably be why it's holding on to it for now.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, thank you.
Cool, thanks, Diane. All right, let's see. C, I've gone ahead and asked you to unmute.
Hey, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I just have a question set. So I'm building an NFT project. You know, the scenes like alien styles. And I noticed is in the NFT market, a lot of people focusing on one character directions. Let's say the ape one just have one ape style. So I created my project as I come up with 5 different creatures and giving all with different utilities. But mainly I'm trying to focus in on giving all combined with one utility as like food, travel, entertainment, educations, all those kind of things. And so far in Asia, in Taiwan and Thailand, I gathered more than 50 partners company to join us, which like people use NFT can go to the store to get discount or free stay, all those kind of things.
Yeah, nice.
But I'm just having a trouble with marketing this out because I do find this is kind of unique because I do a lot of search about, I don't really see many NFT project like really give out utility like this. But I just really having a trouble like to letting people know that what I'm really trying to achieve, like, you know, give out the real, not like real, but give out the utility as much as I can with getting all kind of companies and collaborations join the Starwing.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead. I'll give you kind of the quick answer because this is kind of a more advanced question, and we're just looking to go a little more fundamentals, NFT basics. But I think my suggestion to you would be kind of, you know, the traditional Gary Vee playbook of just putting out as much content as you can about your project, just educating people on the different utilities, the different creatures that you have. And then just hitting up all the different social media platforms. You know, Discord, obviously, I'm sure you know, is a massive place to build community. So I would definitely recommend investing in those areas.
Okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate
Cool,
it.
thank you. Have a good one. All right, let's see here. All right, Manny, go ahead and ask you.
Hello.
Hey, how are you, man?
Hey, how you doing? I mean, it might sound like a stupid question or not. There's not such a stupid questions. There's only stupid people ask.
It's not a stupid question here. I'm sure if you're wondering it, I'm sure 100 people here are wondering.
I'm just kind of the older guy and just learning about this NFT stuff and all that. What's the purpose of this industry? What is this going? I mean, what is the purpose of buying a piece of drawing and just owning it? I mean, what is this whole idea going to? Because it's like, you know, I've seen NFTs, they're selling for millions of dollars. But if you buy a mansion for $1 million, you can use the mansion. You can buy a Ferrari for $250 and you can take it to the street and drive it. But this is a different thing. You know, this is all digital. This is I don't know. And what will be the use of investing in something like that, like this? How is this going to be used in the future, or what is all this going? So for me, is to understand.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
why the reason why I'm going to be spending money buying a piece of a digital drawing, basically.
No, yeah, it's a super valid question, and it's like when you kind of take a step back, it's like they spend that much on a digital asset, but once you really understand kind of the space and the purpose of the NFTs, it makes a lot more sense. So there's some different NFTs, different utilities and benefits to owning different NFTs. So for example, VeeFriends, we have a bunch of different NFTs that give you different benefits with access to Gary or some different fun experiences that you're entitled to for owning that NFT. It's also a collectible. People buy them as just art pieces because they like the way they look and they want to print them out and hang them up on their wall. And I think the blockchain is kind of a big catalyst for this because the blockchain is basically a public ledger of transactions of it's like all the information is publicly accessible. So it's instant, it's all digital. So it reduces a lot of friction. So that's another use case for the blockchain and NFTs.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, and as I said, a lot of people is making comment, and I don't want to be a boomer. I'm not being a boomer. It's just
no, I hear you, and
it's just trying to understand an industry. I mean, if you're gonna get into business or something, a lot of people is doing it just for the money and the trend of it. But some people get into something they have no fucking idea what they're doing. You know, it's like Warren Buffett says. It's like Warren Buffett says, I'm not going to invest in a business that I don't understand. You know, the thing is, I'm trying to understand here what will be the value of investing in this and how it could be used. What is the value in the future for people's lives, let's say, you know, and how people is going to start using this. Because nowadays I see my kids like they're in the fucking virtual reality stuff and, you know, living this Matrix word, like exactly like the Matrix movie, you know, and I was thinking maybe, oh, what the fuck? Then I'm gonna just make a digital cell phone and sell it, and I'll be selling a fucking cell phones virtual reality. Is this what is going? Is this the whole purpose of it?
I don't know if it's
To
the sole
create
purpose, and
digital
I
people,
think
let's say.
yeah, so that's kind of like the whole metaverse concept. I think we're a far way out from that. So I think NFTs, they help kind of bridge physical and digital. So example, VeeFriends, if you own a VeeFriends NFT, then you get to go to the in-person physical conference, which is VCon. So they kind of help bridge that digital and physical world. But I think eventually that is where we're going, is a kind of a digital metaverse type situation. And so this is kind of the first step of that. So just getting to know the NFT space, I think just puts you at a good advantage of being ahead of the game. Like you said, definitely recommend doing your own research and doing 100 hours of homework before putting your own money into making sure that you have a very solid understanding of the space. Obviously, you wouldn't want to invest in anything that you don't understand yourself. So yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm trying to
that would be my
understand,
advice.
because it's like it's crazy. I mean, the money these things are moving are and I just don't want to. I just don't want to be that asshole that just simply says, "Oh, you know what? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in crypto. I don't believe in all this shit." You have to change. If the world is changing, you got to change with it. But
Yeah.
I gotta kind of understand it. So I don't know if I'm going to be buying a monkey for, let's say, $1,000. I don't know if that fucking thing will be the next star in different metaverse world or something. So it's all just trying to understand what is this going, and
Absolutely.
and it's if there's a future for this, this is something that is going to be used. If this character, it's like, let's say, if I buy a drawing of a character, that character might be used in something in this digital world, and I have the rights of that character. That's how it works, basically.
It depends from project to project. So some projects allow you to have the digital rights and the IP rights. VeeFriends specifically is where you don't own the rights. It's all reserved to VeeFriends as we continue to build out the intellectual property and kind of the VeeFriends world. So it depends on project to project. I know there's projects like Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is probably the one that you're referring to. In that case, they do own the IP rights, and there's some different pros and cons to that. So it's all kind of what you would like to invest in and how you prefer.
Yeah, because I heard just people now investing in real estate NFTs. So I'll go like, what the fuck, man? I'm trying to buy a house here. Maybe I should be buying a house in the fucking NFTs. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's the question worth considering, but I think it's good that, just that you're having these thoughts and that you're diving into the space and starting to learn. I wouldn't rush anything. I would take it slow and just try to fully understand, why are people buying these things? What is the use case? What's the value for it? And then make your own decision from there. I don't think.
Yeah, it's just understanding the motivation so you can take advantage of the fucking market. That's all,
Yeah, I understand.
So, all right. Well, thanks
Cool.
for the
Appreciate
time,
your
man.
question, man. Have a good one.
Good luck.
All right, let's see here. Chemist, I'll go ahead and ask you to unmute.
What's going on, everybody? How everybody doing?
Hey, man, it's good to see you.
Hi, everybody. From fucking the East Coast to the West Coast, how everybody doing? I guess I just got some quick little questions and stuff like that. I have been one of the rug pull victims in this world at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, no, it's all good. You live and learn. If you don't learn from it, that's stupidity, in my opinion. But it's one of those things. What do you consider a good red flag for the future people that are going to be into these NFTs to look for these other projects in a sense? Like what is a good indicator? Like, nah, I'm avoid this one. This is a good one to kind of look more into and stuff like that. Because a lot of these marketing NFT groups have very good potential roadmaps, and then you actually get into it and you're like, boom, you hear nothing, stuff like that. Is there any good indicators for people to kind of pay attention for more red flags as things go more and more into this type of field?
Yeah, I would say definitely while you're doing your research. And I would recommend getting into the Discord communities of the projects before looking to invest, and just kind of getting a vibe for, what are people talking about here? Are the founders active in the Discord? A lot of important things with NFTs, it just comes down to the team and the people behind the project, and if they're able to execute on, their very illustrious roadmap that they've outlined. And yeah, just getting a vibe for if they're active, if you can tell that they're really in it, if they seem, like genuinely good people that you want to invest your money in. Is definitely, yeah. I mean, sometimes rug pulls are harder to spot than others. There's been a lot of projects that have been seen as massive projects that turn out to not be everything that they said they were going to be. So yeah, those are some things I would look out for.
Hey, I appreciate it. And just one more question. Based on like the floor price of VeeFriends is like, for a dude that finally got his like shit together, because I've been following Gary Vee since 2018, where he was like, fuck Mondays and all that type of stuff. So I mean, fuck the weekends. I love Mondays and type of shit like that. So it's like the opportunities when he does present them, I'm like too late. I'm not in a position. But now looking at the floor prices, is it possible that you guys are going to do something like another opportunity by $12 to get a NFT situation? Because it's like now when you're finally in a position, it's like, damn, did the window shut, or is it still kind of like, I just got to be aware for the next opportunity to jump on the boat? Is that possible? Is that what you guys kind of leaning for, based on the fact that you guys are explaining how to buy NFT next, or is it just a helpful moment right now?
So we have VeeFriends Series 2, which is coming in April of this year. So the one that you're referring to, with you buy $12 and you get an NFT, so that's called book games. So those are available to buy on the secondary market. I think the cheapest are maybe $600. And then this can give you an advantage on minting VeeFriends Series 2. It doesn't guarantee it, because there are a lot of book games tokens, and but it does give you a better chance on getting Series 2. Gary has said that VeeFriends Series 2 will be under $1,000 worth of Ethereum, so it's definitely a little more affordable for you versus the 14 Ethereum that VeeFriends is currently sitting at. So does that help answer your question?
Yeah, it helps. I just want to make sure I'm like staying ready, because I finally got in a position to figure out this NFTs after being rug pulled, and just like, all right, for sure. Let me just make sure like the people that seem like they're actually on board, they actually got things going. I just want to make sure I don't want to be left behind on the next time the ship sails and stuff like that. Because like I said, I want to be a part of this stuff, but then you look at the floor price, you're like, damn, 11 ETH, like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, I definitely want to be a part of something that I've been believing in for years, and it's just like I'm financially stable to actually like invest in that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I mean, just the fact that you're starting to learn the space puts you way ahead of the game, and this will be a space that will be around forever. So it's good to get to learn the fundamentals, and then eventually get some skin in the game, and then go from there.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Shout out to everybody in this shit. We're gonna figure this shit out. If not, best of luck. You know what I'm saying? 222 day. Everybody turn up and have a great day. You know what I'm saying?
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate your question. Have a good one.
All right.
All right, just give us 1 sec here. We're just dealing with some people in the chat who unfortunately are all right, so Julio, we're going to go ahead and ask you to unmute.
All right, perfect. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just quick question to save some time. You mentioned the difference between cold wallets and hot wallets.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, say, a raffle or an event where you have to connect your wallet, would you want to still hold your NFT in the cold wallet and move it to the hot wallet, then connect, or just connect from the cold wallet?
Sorry, do you mind repeating that?
So say you own an NFT now you want to move it to your cold wallet for
Mhm.
you know, security purposes. But
Yeah.
when it comes to later on connecting to a site that from that project that's going to provide you some sort of a raffle or collab or event, would you
Yeah.
want to connect it from your cold wallet or move it back to your hot wallet, pay that small fee, then move it back to your cold wallet?
Ideally, you'd want to move it from your cold wallet back to your hot wallet and just have that wallet be the only one that you connect to other sites. The more offline that you can keep your cold wallet, the better. I know that there are some situations where you have the NFT in your cold wallet, and then that wallet gets whitelisted for an upcoming mint or free mint or something you need to claim. In that case, in my own personal situation, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to best play it.
Yeah.
You can connect it to that site and claim it, as long as it's the verified site. But in that case, your wallet, kind of in the official sense becomes a hot wallet because you're connecting it online.
Yeah.
So just something to be aware of, or maybe you'd want to create another spare wallet and then go from there.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially because on Discord, when you have to connect the wallet to stay within that project, I'm assuming there you kind of have to use your cold wallet, right?
Yes. Yeah, you would need to connect the wallet that has the NFT.
That's pretty much it. All right, thanks, man.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate your question. All right, we'll go ahead and select, let's see here. Kevin, go ahead and unmute.
Hello.
Okay, cool.
Hear me?
Hey, how are you, man? Yes.
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing well.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for this, because this is very beneficial for people that don't really understand all of this. And so I really enjoy the fact that it's kind of dumbed down and kind of just real basic level. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. I know that we're running a little bit over time. So if you guys need to hop off, or if you have something you need to do, you guys can go ahead and jump. And this will be on YouTube as well. But Kevin, I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, I appreciate the kind words, man.
I wanted to ask a question. So I have tried to look around at some of the NFTs, and I don't understand how to figure out what is behind the smart contracts. How do you know, how can you see okay, well, what do I get if I get this NFT? Or how do I see this the contract that goes with it to understand if this is a good value or not?
Yeah, so it doesn't work, the same as a typical contract where it lays out, Kevin is entitled to this, this, and this.
Yeah.
It's basically based on the promises made beforehand of you making the purchase, which can go in, on the website or the OpenSea description. This is kind of laid out in a more technical sense in the actual smart contract. But for someone, I don't know how technically sound you are, but for someone like me, it would be something that I would have no idea what I'm looking at. So it's just based on kind of the promises made, and then is executed from there.
So if Gary says, okay, I'm gonna, this VeeFriend, if you buy this, then you get a ticket to VCon. How do I know that? Where do I see that at?
Yeah, so that would be, so in the OpenSea description of the NFT, underneath it says this NFT is eligible for 3 years of VCon, and it will have any other benefits that it has associated with that specific one. And it also is on the VeeFriends website. So that is kind of where you would see that information.
So any project, they should have a website that kind of explains their project and, the way that they're going to lay it out.
Yeah. So she's sharing her screen right now. She's going to just show you where that description lives. So just right under there, it says this token is verifiable for admission to VCon 2022, 2023, 2024. So in this case, if for some reason you own a VeeFriend NFT and you don't get that VCon access, then
Uh-huh.
we didn't fulfill our end of the contract, and then there's obviously consequences with that.
Ah, okay. Okay, so that's kind of where it just in the description is kind of where it's at, and it's not an actual physical like contract that you get or something.
Correct.
Ah, okay, I didn't understand that. Okay.
Yeah, and most projects will have their own website with all the different promises and stuff that they're making on their roadmap. Some of them are empty promises, but some of them are more smart contract. Here's what we're promising you. So just to help you kind of decipher that information.
Yeah, because that's what I was trying to understand, is because there's a smart contract behind it. Yeah, a description says, yeah, we're going to do this, but I wanted to find out like what that smart contract really, because the smart contract, if I understand, it like happens behind the scenes. It's not like something that I
Yeah,
can.
it's almost like the code of a website. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah.
what is built out on the blockchain. And it's laid out in a more technical sense than just a normal contract where it says Kevin is entitled to this, this, and this, signed here by Gary Vaynerchuk. It's a little bit different than that.
Okay, so I just have to kind of go by faith that what the description says is that's what's going to happen on the smart contract.
Yeah, and then if those promises weren't fulfilled, then obviously, there would be consequences to the person creating the project.
Well, what kind of consequences do you have? Like, how do you understand that?
And this is something where I personally don't have a ton of experience, because you're getting into like the more kind of legal avenue. I would assume that there would be a case for a lawsuit. But again, I'm definitely not a legal expert in this sense.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because that one guy was talking about pulling the rug out from, and I never heard that before, but a rug pull, so now he bought this NFT and now he doesn't have anything. So now, what is that report?
Yeah, and I don't really know kind of the aftermath of that, how that plays out in the legal sense. But yeah, rug pulls are something that are kind of a reality of the space, where it seems like they have this great team and they make all these promises, and then 3 weeks later it's kind of like taking the money and running, and you pull the rug out from the people who bought it.
Okay, so it's really kind of infinite right now, and you're just gonna have to take your chances.
Yeah, and it's all about investing in people who you think are reputable and trustworthy, investing in the team behind it. Gary makes the analogy, it's the jockey, not the horse. So for VeeFriends, you're buying the art piece, but you're also investing in Gary and his ability to execute over 45 years to make VeeFriends meaningful.
Okay. All right, well, that helps me out and helps me to kind of understand that a little bit better. So thank you, Tyler.
Cool. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate your question.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. That was our last question of the day. So we really appreciate you guys coming out and listening to this session. Again, if you have any more questions, we have 5 more sessions this week. We have another one at 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern time. May just drop the link in the chat to the full schedule. So we would love to see you guys at some repeat sessions. It's always good to double down on the information and the research. So yeah, thank you guys very much. We wish you a great rest of your day or your morning or your night, wherever you are in the world. And we will see you at the next session. If you want to join the VeeFriends community, you can join the Discord, which is garyvee.com/Discord. And we'd love if you shot us a tweet or something on social, just to let us know your thoughts at VeeFriends as well. So thank you guys very much, and we will see you in the next session.